Hey, what is up, YouTube? So today I thought I would show my post-Phantom Nightmare Rescue Ace deck profile, and today we will be represented by the beautiful Leonardo DiCaprio nib token. And, well, why don't we just go ahead and jump into the deck profile. So the main deck is 44 cards. My thought process behind it is that you'll see the bricks, like the one-ofs, less often in your starting hand, and that way you can get more consistency as far as your engine goes. I know it sounds crazy. Going above 40 is more consistent, but trust me, if you've tried it, if you've tested with it, it is more consistent. So, yeah, I guess let's go ahead and dive right in. So, we'll start off with 2 Turbulence, 2 Preventer, 2 Hydrant. This is all like pretty standard. You don't really want to play the 3rd Hydrant, and the reason why is that it's not really a starter by itself. So while you do want to see it, and you would like to see another one later on, you do not want to have this be your normal summon, because then you just can't, full combo. You may not even get to set 4. So just 2 Hydrant. And then after that, we have 1 Airlifter. Unfortunately, he is limited. Best starter in the game as far as normal summons go. Like, this is the best normal summon. Then I like to play 3 Impulse. I know some people have cut this down to 2. Some people only play 1, but personally, I like him as a good offensive and defensive option. I like having him in my hand for disruption on my opponent's turn, and even if I lose the die roll, then he gives good value. So that's why I play 3. Next is 1 Fire Engine, 2 Diabellstar. Diabellstar is broke. There's not much else to say there, but yeah, Diabellstar is insane. Some people only play 1, some people play 3, but personally, I don't like to brick on the Sinful Engine, so I only play 2, and that's what I feel comfortable with. Next, we've got some hand traps here. I play 3 Ash and 3 Droll. We're going into a Droll-heavy format, so that's the thought process behind main decking Droll. Of course, it is dead under Shifter, but, gotta have it, Yeah, Droll is about to be insane value next format, so it's definitely worth main decking. Next up, 2 Poplar. The reason why you don't want to just run 1 is that if you only run 1 Poplar, then you would have to normal summon it, and then, it's just not as good. So, in case you were to open 1, you still have another Poplar in your deck. So you can still, Bonfire, add it to hand, and, full combo. But if you only run 1 and then you open it, unfortunately, that, it can happen. It's not a spot that you want to be in. And, the most value that you'll get out of it is, normal summon it, or maybe pitch it off a Witch and place it, the spell and trap, so that you have something to send off original. But overall, I like it at 2, because then even if I were to open 1, it's still good for value, and Bonfire is not dead. There's also a chance that you don't open either one, and then you might turn 1 go Bonfire, and then turn 3 you might even Bonfire again. So it's just really good. This card's insane. I play 1 HQ, 1 Rhoda, 1 Original, 3 Bonfire. Bonfire is insane. 1 card combo. If you don't get Drolled and you add Poplar, you pretty much just win. If they don't have Droll, you just full combo, and then you still haven't normal summoned yet, so it's just insane. Sometimes you even open Wanted and Bonfire, and that's just insane value right there. And then I play 3 tactics. I feel like this card is going to be always live this format, similar to cash format. So that's the thought process behind 3 talents. I just think the card is broke. I play 1 called by, it helps sometimes, but, if you were to get drolled or shifted, sometimes this card can save your life. But, that's the reason why I play it. I play 1 alert, 1 rescue, and 3 emergency. Not much to say there. Pretty standard. You, of course, play 3 wanted, and then you play 1 contain, 1 extinguish. Like, all pretty standard. And then to finish things, I just play 3 imperm. I wanted 1 more hand trap, and I didn't want it to be Veiler because I'm already running Droll, and if I'm an undershifter, Droll is already dead. So having another dead card like Veiler just didn't sound that appealing to me. So I went with imperm, sometimes the column thing comes up, but it's also something I can do in my opponent's turn, and then I don't play into thrust or talents with it. So yeah, 3 imperm. It's nice. Moving on to the extra deck. I play 1 Typhon, 1 access code, 1 Selene. I play 1 Amblowell, 1 Princess. This card is game warping. So what you do in like the standard combo is like, say you go make Hydrant and your Airlifter into an SP Little Knight, and then you drop your Turbulence. So typically you would go like, for like the original play to special out the Hydrant, add Airlifter, normal Airlifter to add Alert, and then you would go Alert, add Turbulence, and then you would link off the Hydrant and the Airlifter into an SP Little Knight. Then you would go Turbulence, banish Airlifter, and Alert. And then 1 summon if your opponent imperms, mourners, Veiler, whatever, when your Turbulence, you can link off the SP and the Turbulence into Princess, bring back the Turbulence set 4. If they don't imperm 1 summon, then you just go Turbulence, and then if they try to imperm, SP teleports itself and Turbulence away to safety, so you set 4 anyways. If they imperm your, say, SP for an example, then they nib you. There's other plays where you can have like Preventer in hand, so you still, get there. You still bring back the Turbulence and set 4 back row. There's like infinite ways to make sure that you set 4. And then at the end of your turn, you can go into Amblowell. Princess sits in grave. And then your opponent special summons a monster. So you go Princess, target Amblowell, target their monster, pop the special Princess, and then Amblowell, if it's sent to the grave, you can target a link 3 or lower in either player's grave, special summon it. So with Princess, it would have to be a fire, but it's still insane value. You might special back like a Heat Soul or, just something. It's really nice. So after that, we have 1 Heat Soul, 1 Phoenix, 1 Dark, 1 Sunlight Wolf. This card's really nice because if you're up against like Labyrinth and stuff, you just like recycle your Ash Blossom, just GG at that point. 2 SPs, and then we also run 1 Selene. This card, you make it with either of the Charmers, Dark, or Hida, and then make this bring back like Diabellstar or bring back Droll, and then you go into access code from there. Then of course 1 Hida, 1 Link Grebo, and 1 Relinquished Anima. Anima, there's more and more people not playing around anima anymore. It's like they just kind of forgot that anima exists. So it's seeing more and more value, and I really like it. It's won me so many different games. Like, people sleep on it now. For the side deck, I'm playing 3 Ghost Spell. This card's cracked. Good against Big Welcome. Good against Wanted. There's so much value with this card. Like, it hits like every meta deck this upcoming format. I feel like this card should... It could even be main deck worthy, but at minimum it should be in your side. And then I'm playing 3 Lancia for right now. I did order some soul releases, so whenever they come in, I'll probably cut this for 3 soul release, but for now, it's Lancia, and if Kashtira and Flu see more play this upcoming format, then, maybe this card should stay in. But yeah. Next up, I'm playing 3 Spooky Dogwood. The only reason I'm playing this card is for time. There's not really a good reason other than that. I mean, you can literally cut this for anything. I just wanted something for time, just in case. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Card is busted. So the top deck of the next format will be Snake Eye Fire King, or just Fire King in general. And it's going to be seeing a lot of representation in play. So if you're going second up against their board, and then they end on like an Appaloosa, they end on like Flamberge, IP Masquerena in their back row and stuff like that, well, they're, essentially trying to win on the spot with their 8 interruptions. So here's a funny thing that you can do. Is you can literally Cosmic the Fire King Island, and then Fire King Island, whenever it's sent to grave or destroyed, the reason why you don't want it to be a destruction spell like MST, for an example, is if they have the continuous, then they can protect it from destruction, so you don't want to play that. So this banishes it, they can't protect it. Whenever it's destroyed or banished, then it has a mandatory effect that destroys all monsters that they control. So this card, by itself, gets rid of their Appaloosa, gets rid of their Flamberge, like whatever else, and then they have 2 options, especially if you do this in the main phase. They can choose to either not trigger any of their effects in grave, which they would have a lot triggering at that point, especially with the Fire King engine. They could choose to not trigger any of those effects, or they could choose to trigger them, and this is where the main phase part is kind of funny. They trigger the effects, and then guess what becomes live? Yeah. Talents is insane. Especially if you also Cyclone their Fire King Island. I mean, that's like GG on the spot. Cosmic on Fire King Island, and then Talents, you can rip a card, draw 2, take a monster that they control, because I'm sure that they'll bring something back. You just get a lot of value, and then you still have 4 cards in your hand. You haven't normal summoned or anything. So your opponent's going to be hurting in that situation, and I feel like Cosmic is just insane. Next is 3 Crossout. I mean, the only reason for this really is more or less like, it can stop an Ash, it can stop Imperm, but for me, the reason why I'm playing Crossout is because of Droll, because this deck is more susceptible to Droll because of Poplar and Bonfire, unfortunately. And this just gives you a little bit more freedom to know that you are going to be able to play. And if you feel the need to, you can also call like Imperm or Ash or something like that. But overall, this deck has been extremely, extremely nice to me. And in the past, like 30 plus post Phantom Nightmare matches that I've done, I have lost a total of 3 times. So, yeah, this deck has been extremely good. But yeah, that's all for today. I'm signing out, but if you have any comments, suggestions, or anything, drop your comments down below. Make sure to give this video a like, and then also consider hitting that subscribe button. Alright, thank you.